Hey, what's up everybody out there? I'm Jakejames Lugo and welcome to the channel. So let's talk about one of my favorite subjects ever, is the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because not too long ago I actually rewatched Captain America Civil War over on Netflix. It's actually on there now if you haven't actually seen it. I highly recommend that you watch it. But, it kind of sparked up a little bit of discussion and food for thought in me that I really wanted to bring to you guys. Just kind of mull over a little bit and just kind of ramble just on the subject of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Marvel right now, specifically Marvel Studios, are probably the best thing going on right now for superhero movies in cinema. The reason being is because there's such a good game plan that's been laid out over such a long period of time that's coming together in such a phenomenal way that it's almost nigh impossible to be getting tired of what's happening with them. Now, don't get me wrong, there's been some duds in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and by duds I don't mean necessarily terrible movies, but movies that weren't really up to snuff compared to movies like the first Iron Man movie, Captain America Winter Soldier, the first Avengers movie. It was all these different movies, again, that were phenomenal in their own right and great in their own right as far as quality is concerned, but not everything was a complete, financial hit, or I shouldn't say financial hit, I should say really a complete, awesome, amazing experience, even though they are still good movies to watch in the grand scheme of things. The reason why I say that is because compared to what else has been going on in other facets of the movie world, with Fox with the X-Men franchise and Deadpool, as well as also the obvious comparisons to DC with the DC Extended Universe, Marvel right now seems to be getting stuff really right for all extensive purposes. Not just with the movie realm and what's happening in theaters, but also what's going on Netflix, as well as also with stuff with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Now, again, a couple of the different duds that have happened here and there. We've had Agent Carter, which didn't really do as well as Marvel was probably hoping it was supposed to do. I know I watched most of it, if not the entire series, and I could definitely say, compared to some of the other shows that were lingering around at the time, Agent Carter really wasn't doing it for me. As someone that's watched just about everything with the MCU, it still was good in its own right, though. Now, the reason why I'm so passionate about the Marvel Cinematic Universe and why I have so much fun watching all the stuff coming, out of Marvel and really building up this cinematic universe is because I feel like every time that I watch one of these actual programs or watch one of these actual projects come together, I really feel like I walk out of the theater, I walk out of, my room when I'm watching Netflix and stuff, I really walk out of it satisfied. I really feel like I had a great time, even for some of the ones that were really bad compared to some of the other movies that were out there. I always feel like I'm getting satisfied, I'm getting a hell of an experience when I'm watching a Marvel Cinematic Universe movie or Cinematic Universe property. Because again, a lot of people say that the Netflix series, even though they are within the grand scheme of the Cinematic Universe, they're not really interacting with the movies as much. They're really kind of cause and effect stuff from what happens in the movies, but they're still all part of the same thing, at least from what I've been gathering here and there as I watch these movies. But compare that to all the other stuff that I've seen, again, with Fox and what's going on with DC. I don't get that same satisfaction when I walk out of those projects. When I watch stuff like X-Men, when I watch stuff like Deadpool, or even the new Wolverine movie, which I'm going to be seeing very, very soon, I never really kind of got a lot of the different, again, satisfaction, that fun factor. I never really enjoyed some of the stuff that I was seeing from there, and I really wanted to. That's the thing that people don't understand sometimes when somebody says that they didn't enjoy a movie. You're not going in there to really kind of have a bad time. You're not going in there to be disappointed. You're going in there to just absorb what they give to you and just enjoy what, is on screen. And I don't really have that as much with Fox, and I definitely don't have that as much with DC. And DC, for me, is really the most disappointing with the cinematic universe because I want these characters to be awesome. I want these stories to be awesome. I want these experiences to really last and stick with me long after I've seen it in theaters or I've watched it on demand or Netflix or anything else of the sort. With DC, what makes it so disappointing and what I've said on so many podcasts and shows and such is that I feel like they're struggling so much with an identity crisis. They're struggling so much with their tone of their entire cinematic universe and really kind of focusing on things that I don't feel like they should be focusing on when it comes to building up this world of what these DC heroes are supposed to be a part of. Again, Superman Man of Steel was supposed to be the tentpole title for building up the entire DC cinematic universe, or the DCEU is what they're calling it. And all of that has just been lost in translation, has been changed, maldeformed, and completely something different by the time we got to Batman v Superman and Suicide Squad, which I feel like Suicide Squad was the lowest of the low that they've gotten to that point. And I just don't see it yet with Marvel. I feel like Marvel has had such a good holding and good grasp of their game plan of where they're going with their cinematic universe, now leading up to Avengers Infinity War, that everything just seems to be working right. The biggest duds that people point to with the cinematic universe of Marvel is Iron Man 2. A lot of people would also point to the first Thor movie, if not the second Thor movie, as being like the worst kind of like additions to that Marvel Cinematic Universe. Some people also say Iron Man 3, but it didn't really bother me as much. I totally understood like what was going on with it, even though it wasn't as fun compared to the other Iron Man movies. But even then, with all the stuff that was happening that really turned people off, I still feel like you still got something that really builds up the rest of the movies for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And it still makes it fun to be a part of that. Every time I hear that there's a new Marvel movie coming out in theaters, I'm always down to go to the theater and see it. Like, I'm really visibly excited to go out there. With DC, I'm still excited to go see some of these movies, but it's still not the same level of excitement. When Guardians of the Galaxy was coming out, granted, not a lot of people knew what Guardians of the Galaxy was, I was really excited to go see it, not just for the music, not just for some of the actors in there that were really phenomenal and such, but really just going off the pedigree and the quality that I've been given from Marvel and the Marvel Cinematic Universe leading up to that throughout the years. I'm like, you know what? I'm down. Let's roll. Like, I want to go see this. I'm going to go get myself the big popcorn. It's going to be big popcorn worthy by the time I get to that theater. And I want that to be the same thing with some of the other superhero movies in the cinematic universes that are being built up, both with Fox and DC, but I just don't get it in the same way that I get from Marvel. So I'm a huge Marvel Cinematic Universe fan, and again, I know I'm splurging a little bit, getting caught up a little bit in hyperbole, but you guys hopefully can understand where I'm coming from. I can't wait to see Thor Ragnarok. That's probably down the line. I think that the next one coming up now is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, which is also going to be exciting. That movie sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun based off the first one and everything else that Marvel has been building up. And if you haven't already seen now at this point, there's all these teasers coming out for Thor Ragnarok, Black Panther, Avengers Infinity War, Spider-Man Homecoming. There's all this fun stuff that's just getting people excited, myself included, and I cannot wait to see it all come together well. But either way, guys, that's just my thoughts on the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'll probably come back to it at some point. I'm really trying to get some of the guys on the Koalition to do a Marvel Cinematic Universe or superhero cinematic universe kind of like focused show where we talk about all this stuff in even greater detail. But let me know in the comment section what your guys' favorite aspect of the Marvel Cinematic Universe is, some of your favorite movies and such. Put it down below in the comment section and let me know what's up. Besides that, guys, don't forget to leave a like on this video, subscribe to my channel for all my videos related to gaming, movies, comics, Stronger Living, a whole bunch of cool stuff that I got here on the channel for you guys. Very soon I'm going to be doing some new definitive discussion videos. I'm trying to get a couple new guests, some really fun ones and some interesting ones I think you guys are going to like. And don't forget also, I'm streaming every single day on Twitch TV, playing a variety of different video games. Played some For Honor recently, played some Pokken Tournament recently, might be doing some more Street Fighter V down the line. Hopefully the connections are good and they're not laggy and stuff, but definitely come check it out when you can. There'll be links in the description box to all that stuff down below. I will talk to all of you guys again very soon. Peace out, stay epic, everybody.